All right. So today I'm gonna talk a little bit about religion and why I'm LARPing as a Christian even though I'm an atheist. Why I use the cross symbol, why I even go visit church. Actually, I read the Bible, etc. But I never have any intention of becoming a Christian. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in miracle. I don't believe in afterlife. And if I read a book that is like 2,000 years old and they talk about a miracle in that book, I'm more likely to believe that someone just made up a cool story to spread their message rather than it actually happened. I mean, today if you like hear someone say on the internet that, look, I saw a miracle or something, I saw a person here created the wine out of water or something, would you believe it, or would you just think that this is maybe someone making up a story? I mean, today it's like, if it's video proof or it didn't happen, but today even with AI, maybe even if there is video proof, it's not enough also. So we are more skeptic now than before. So many of us don't simply believe in that kind of stuff. We think it's more likely that it was just all made up by humans and they wanted to tell a message. But why do I still LARP as a Christian? Why do I still think, and also I'm trying to create my own atheistic religion that is based on Christianity. It's a kind of reformed Christianity. The reason I do that is because I've realized that religion is a profoundly important part of building a civilization. And I think in the Western world, after the Second World War, the world got secularized, and we had since then we had a lot of pseudo religions. We had like democracy, liberal democracy, all the woke ideologies like feminism, environmentalism, etc. All of those replaced Christianity. But I think the problem I have with those are that none of them really addresses the important questions. Like for example, democracy is a very hollow ideology, because democracy is essentially just an empty box. It doesn't mean anything. Like, democracy just means whoever has the majority gets to rule. But who has the majority? I mean, it makes a huge difference if we have a democracy with Christians, or if we have like 90% Christians, or if we have a democracy with 90% Muslims. So that, I mean, the Muslims might even vote to abolish democracy itself. So that makes a huge difference. So the key point in building our civilization is not democracy, and it might not even be freedom, because with freedom it's the same thing. It's hollow. Like, if you have freedom, if you have power to do what you want, what will you do with that power? Will you give to others? Will you be generous? Will you help others create a community, or will you just take all the money and build a fortress on an island and with bunkers, etc.? So and a bigger yacht and etc., more luxury. So it makes all of difference what kind of belief we have. So why did I? So that's why I think religion has a function to play in society. I see religion as software for the mind. If our brain can be seen as a computer, a biological computer, religion is an app. It's a software that you download into your brain, and it affects your behavior. It affects your thoughts. Like it seems like we humans can be programmed with stories. Like we and that is even true for fiction. Like you can watch Star Wars and you get ideas about a story, and you start to emulate those characters you see in the fiction, in the fictional story. So that is that. You can use religion as a way to improve yourself, given that the religion itself has good ideas, of course. And then also religion, secondarily, religion is also a way to write a social contract, because if I come to a new city anywhere in this world, and I would want to find people that I can trust, I would probably go to a church, because I find Christians to be very reliable people that are generally pretty good people. So that's also another thing, that we can use religion to find each other and to build a society. So that is the other reason why I think religion is necessary. So what did I do? I mean, if you're following this channel, you might have noticed that I'm kind of building my own atheistic Christian religion, and the core ideas of my religion are just ideas. There are actually 4 virtues that I center my religion around, and those are curiosity, because I think after hundreds of years of science and we have gotten this idea that we need to search for truth and validate truth. Any intellectual process needs to first start with curiosity and being curious about new ideas, and even the prospect that you might be wrong about something. So curiosity is actually very important for our culture, I think. And then the 2 things I borrow from Christianity is kindness and reciprocity. No, kindness and forgiveness. And that is also, it can be proven by science actually, that kindness and forgiveness are very, very important for cooperating, and it's a very important survival strategy on this planet, because if you have kindness and forgiveness, it improves your chances of cooperating with other beings. And it doesn't even have to be relatives, or like, it doesn't even have to be with kin selection. It can be through symbiosis, through humans machine can cooperate, humans and animals can cooperate, and humans can cooperate. So if you have kindness and forgiveness, you are very it's good for cooperation. And then the last one, because I think there's a problem with Christianity. As Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher, pointed out, Christianity has this thing called slave morality, that Christians are kind, but maybe they're a little bit too kind, because they're kind even to their enemies, and they have this self-defeating morality that maybe they have no limit. So that's why the 4th principle I have in my religion is reciprocity. It has to be fairness. If you give to someone, they have to give something back, at least some gratitude, or at least some goodwill of some kind. So because otherwise you become a slave. If you just give and give and give to someone who is ungrateful and don't reciprocate your kindness in any way, then you can be taken advantage of and you become a slave, essentially. So reciprocity is the missing part I would like to add to Christianity. So that is essentially my religion, those 4 values. And why I'm LARPing as a Christian is because in Europe here. Sorry, I need to take some drink. I mean, I'm a European. My ancestors built a lot of fantastic churches, we have a deep cultural heritage around Christianity, and I want to claim that for myself. I want to be able to go into a church and admire the beauty, look at the cross, Jesus, etc., and have it mean something for me. I want to be able to use that space as a place of worship, essentially, thinking about my four values. And to me, Jesus Christ is a fantastic symbol for kindness and forgiveness. So that is why I choose to reframe my atheistic religion within Christianity. So that's kind of the whole idea behind that. So that's why I'm a fake Christian, you could say, and I'm LARPing, and on a more serious note, also, we have to realize that we have a religion now that is trying to colonize Europe in the form of Islam, and they are having their spiritual jihad to try to convert and conquer all of Europe, and a lot of them talk about it, etc. So I think in a way it's natural that the counter response to that is that, okay, if they have a spiritual jihad, maybe we have a spiritual crusade to defend Europe instead. So that can be the kind of logotype for our resistance against this invasive religion that wants to dominate us, essentially. I mean, they're open about it. Their religion is Islam. It's about submission. They want us to submit. They want to enslave us to their beliefs, and by violence, even if they can't do it peacefully. So we need to have a resistance against that, and I think it's pretty suitable to frame it in terms of the crusades and a spiritual crusade of resistance against this. So that's the kind of why I'm LARPing as a Christian. You can find, if you're more curious about my religion, I call my religion, by the way, Reciprocalism. I see it as a reformed atheistic version of Christianity. I think that Martin Luther, he took Catholicism and he purified it one step, so that only faith, only scripture. Martin Luther made every person with a Bible their own moral authority. He kind of created religious freedom in Europe. But what I want to do is to take it one step further. I want to say that every human being with a conscience can be their own moral authority, and we can unite around these four principles, like curiosity, kindness, forgiveness, reciprocity, and we can form our religion around that and build our social contract and build our new religion. And also, of course, like other compatible faiths like paganism and you can do the same for other. I mean, if some person want to use pagan symbols or Buddhist symbols, for example, because for example, like why it would make sense is because Christianity is slave morality. It doesn't have the reciprocity, but paganism do, for example. So it could make sense actually to, within reciprocalism, we also use pagan symbols as symbol for the reciprocity. So that actually would make sense. We can connect to all of our ancestor symbols, but we do it within a new framework, so to say, of reciprocalism. So we have a new religion. We can start to form our new civilization as modernity crumbles and is destroyed by its own weight, it seems. So if you have any questions, please write below and leave a like and subscribe if you want. And so that's it for today. Thanks and bye bye.